Why is Vietnam the testing ground for the new banking order? Well, recently, Vietnam imposed a requirement for a digital ID, including a biometric scan of everyone in order to have a bank account. And what they did to enforce this is they closed 86 million bank accounts and seized all of the assets in those accounts. So the owners of those accounts have no ability to do banking or access their funds because they chose not to sacrifice their privacy and submit to this biometric surveillance tracking mechanism. Well, this is not something that is going to stay in Vietnam. This is a test because if we look at, for example, what's going on with the European Central Bank and digital ID initiative in Europe, as well as the Real ID and the CBDC system FedNow being imposed in the United States, we can see that it is coming to us as well. So, what are you going to do about it?
First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash, and double honors to those great millstone while learnt his truth, and also to those elect that are scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great and powerful lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And the type of the lesson is Vietnam shut down millions of bank accounts over biometric rule. So I like to say shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a quick news article here by ICO Bench. And it reads, it said Vietnam shuts down millions of bank accounts over biometric rules. Let's get a little bit more. It says here, it says Vietnam has begun a sweeping crackdown on bank account that fails to comply with its new mandatory facial biometric identification system, sparking debate over financial inclusion and whether cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin offer a viable alternative for affected users. Let's get a little bit more here. It said biometric verification now required. So as of September the 1st, 2025, banks across Vietnam are closing accounts deemed inactive or non-compliance with new biometric rules. So authorities estimate that more than 86 million accounts out of roughly 200 million are at risk. So if users fail to update their identity verification. Says the State Bank of Vietnam has also introduced stricter thresholds for transaction. So we seeing right here, this is a precursor of what is coming to America, So you seeing in the open video whereby the man was saying that they're using Vietnam for a test run, but we already know that it all started in China first. Now we seeing they starting it up in Vietnam to see, working out all the kinks. So he's saying here 86 million people accounts, was shut down because they didn't not comply. And also it said that it was mandatory. So the men of the Lord, we constantly been warning you about this from the elders and apostles and the bishops and the prophets on down have been warning you about this day was coming, which in fact, it's just the hour of temptation. Also, it's going to lead to that grain of rice. This is what we constantly been warning you about. You still think that this is a game, but all the game's about to be over. So now these people right here woke up They didn't have, they couldn't access their bank account. Same thing is going to happen here in America. And a lot of people right now still thinking that they are a good case. I have this, I have that. But what are you going to do when they shut you out of the system because you did not comply? And one thing about it, we already know that new system, is getting ready to go under your skin. Anyone that don't comply, you're going to be shut out of the system. And one thing about it, we already knowing when you go to Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10, the devil shall cast some of you into prison because you did not comply. And also it said that it was mandatory. So one thing about it, we seeing that these things are fast approach. Vietnam shut down millions of banks accounts over biometric rules. So that's what we've been constantly telling you about. It's going to be dealing with your biometric, face recognition. It's going to be dealing with carbon footprinting. So these things are coming into play. Just wave your hand, palm scan. Also the eye retina scan. All those things are getting ready to come into play. It's already here. It's at the door. So now they're constantly doing these test runs. And also it's already rumors that they're getting ready to transition into this new digital infrastructure, this new digital currency. It will be digital programmable and also implantable. Also dealing with your biometrics and also AI, robotics, transhumanists. These things are coming into play. Also with that Neuralink and also that RFD microchip. That is the ultimate goal. So that is going to be work hand in hand with the CBDC. So these people right here, a lot of these people did not comply. So we already know, so a lot of people, whether they're in the truth or not, they're going to buck up against it, but we already know that this is going to cause all sorts of order out of chaos. Let's see, can I get a little bit more of this little news, or there's something I had seen, and it says, let's see, I think I read that, but we'll read it again. It said biometric verification now required. So as of September the 1st, 2025, banks across Vietnam are closing accounts deemed inactive or non-compliant with new biometric rules. So authorities estimate that more than 86 million accounts out of roughly 200 million are at risk. So right here, they said this has started September the 1st, 2025. So they already got this already into place. So a lot of people right now, not complying, not accepting this. But one thing about it, we already know it's going to get worse and worse. So they're going to be telling them they're not going to be able to what? Buy or sell. This is lining up with what? Revelation chapter 13. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. So we seeing these things are coming into play. Let's get a little bit more here. It says facial authentication is mandatory for online transfers above 10 million. The VND about 379. It's talking about comparing the what 10 million is to our dollars. So we seeing right here that you got to use your face authentication. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that it's you. So we seeing all these things are boiling down to identification. Your biometrics. You know what I'm saying? They want to know and make sure that it's you, and also to prevent crime, prevent fraud. But we already know what this is all about. This is all about total control. Let's see if I can get anything else out of this. Let's see. But that's pretty much what I want to get out of it. We're seeing right here that, things are getting ready to go digital. And also, we know that a couple of months ago that DJ Donald Trump signed the Genius Act, to bring in that new digital currency, And one thing about it is going to be run by that blockchain technology. So that's where we at right now. That's what we're constantly seeing left and right. It's telling you about Bitcoin, as a alternative. So these things are coming into play left and right. They putting it, right in our face. So right now, the prophet's been constantly warning you about these things left and right. So this digital currency is right upon us. So so now a lot of people getting ready to make a decision. Some people, they're going to trust in the strength of Egypt and they will be totally destroyed. The Lord said, do not accept, do not take it. But we know that this is not the mark, but we know that this is a precursor to the mark. What I'm saying? It's leading up to the mark. So I start here first. Just a quick lesson. This is a very quick lesson through the spirit and power. Yahweh Hashem Abishai. So this is a precursor to the what? The the M-A-R-K, the mark of the beast, the charagma. So I start here. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3 said, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So right now, that appointed time is now. And also that vision, them prophecies and signs of the time, they're speaking right now. They're not delaying anymore. They are becoming full circle now. They're being revealed right now. We're seeing these things are happening right before our eyes. I was reading in the NLT, said the vision or the signs of the times or the prophecies is for a future time, which in fact is now. Said it describes the end and it will be fulfilled. Said if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. Said it will not be delayed. So that's exactly what's happening right now. It surely will take place. As it is written, it shall come to pass. So it's just a quick lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. So a lot of people, they're going to accept this new way of doing things. But it says here, let's go here. Let's get this one in Isaiah. You just random scriptures. This is going to be a very short lesson. I didn't really have anything lined it up. I seen another lesson I was going to do, but there's so much going on in the world. Also, there was an earthquake, I think was in Oakland, California today. I think it was a 4.6, so things are constantly picking up. He's probably right now speaking loud and clear. It says in Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6, it said, lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed. It said, on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. It says, so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. So right here, that broken reed goes into this system, you know what I'm saying? And one thing about, Egypt, modern day Egypt is American. We know that Egypt is work hand in hand with the house of bondage. It says here, if a man lean, if a man trust or depend, it shall go into his hand. What shall go into his hand? This new money, which in fact is going to be in those sea hips. You know what I'm saying? So we know that right now Vietnam is a test run, but we bringing this out because this is where this is going to lead to. Starting with your biometrics, also these digital IDs, and also we know already in the U.S. already, they already said they got real ID. So we know that real ID is pretty much the same as a digital ID. So that digital ID is going to lead to your biometrics, from your biometric to that thing under your skin. It says here, it said, if a man lean or depend or trust, it will go into his hand. So we already know what this is, you know what I'm saying? Going under the skin, and pierce it. It says, so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. In the modern day, Pharaoh is the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, and not about it. Who all that trust in his system, you are going to be confused and shamed, and you're going to be trodden underfoot. So a lot of people are going to trust in this new way of doing things. They're going to trust in this new currency, this Bitcoin, this what's this other one, stable coin, there's many others. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, we know that all road leads to that to the charagma. So that's where we at right now, So that's a test run, They're testing things here. They're testing things there. Over in China. China already have it in place. And also we already know it's sweet. It's already there and sweet. It's like convenient for them. They already have the charagma already in their hand or in their forehead. See, so these things right here, what we're saying, they go get ready to be mandatory. Also, it's going to be a global event. So now let's go here to Revelation chapter 13. We're going to go straight to the point. Not meant to be a long lesson tonight. Revelation chapter 13, we'll go straight to the point. It says that, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, to charagma, in their right hand or in their forehead. So, one thing about it, so we seeing right now over there in Vietnam, they caused these peoples, they shut their bank account because they didn't want to accept this new biometric system that they had put in place, to the way you buying and selling, the way a new way of doing things. We'll put it like that. So we know right here that, a lot, I think it was 86 million, bank accounts that was shut down because they did not comply. So it said right there, once again, see, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, said to receive a mark, the charagma, in their right hand or in their forehead. So we know that is going to lead to that. So that's why I brought that out. So we know that right now doing these test runs, China, doing the test run in the UK, test run in Sweden, also in Australia, different other ports. But we know that it's soon to come to America. That's all we're waiting on for them to implement them, that grain of rice. And we know that all hell will break loose. So you won't be able to buy or sell. So, when they shut those people bank account, they pretty much was cut out of society. They were going to be able to buy and sell. They weren't going to be able to do a damn thing. So we already knowing right here, either you're going to trust and believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, or you're going to trust in this broken reed and you will be totally destroyed. Verse 17 says, and that no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark, the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, talking about this system, that they're putting into place. So if you do not comply, or you do not submit, you will be taken to one of these facilities. And also, some of us will be put to death. So we know that time is coming. So we seeing right now, this man is getting ready to set up this new, he's getting ready to put it into place. So we got to be careful, how we put things now, because we already know they come with these new freedom of speech restrictions. So we know that persecution of the saints is fast approaching. Verse 18 says, here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 600, 66. And not about who has wisdom, that what the true believers of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, count the number of the beast, this system. You know what I'm saying? We already know it's going to be dealing with your barcodes, your biometrics, the QR codes, these different things, like dealing with your transaction, tracking, and tagging. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what this is going into, that badge of servitude. We don't want to go too deep tonight, but we're going to go to our last and final script. So we seeing right now what's going on in Vietnam is coming soon to what? To America, Babylon the Great. So we're so very close. And also we're so very excited. So the men of the Lord, we constantly been warning you about these things. Now they are right in front of your face. What if some don't believe? We really don't give a damn, because we're here. It is right in front of our faces. It says here, Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10 says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. So one thing about it, when you go into this world, it goes into augmenting, what I'm saying? The entire globe, it's globally, so right here, the Lord said he would keep thee from the hour of temptation, because you kept the faith, you suffer, you endure, what I'm saying? You persevere, as you said, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to do this. I would not accept it. I would not comply. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn if it's mandatory. I'm going to trust and believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, even in death. So the Lord said he would keep thee from the hour of temptation. So the Lord is going to protect his elect. So right here, these people over there, even though, I know it's some Israelites over there too. And one thing about it, a lot of those people did not accept it. So we already know that we know that this devil is going to come down with great wrath. We know that he's going to come with his technology. He's going to come with his military very soon to try to force it upon upon the entire world. You know what I'm saying? So one thing about it, that we already know that we are very close. We seeing now that they're doing test runs here and there, you know what I'm saying, to get the kinks worked out, but the kinks are not going to get worked out. So we seeing right now that that the devil's getting ready to fill his belly, his enterprise, his plan, his plot, his evil plot, which in fact is what? Total control. So we seeing right now, starting with that over there in Vietnam, so I noticed that they hadn't put this in the news. It was on other sites, but not on the major news. So that's how the devil roll. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So the title of the day's lesson, once again, is Vietnam shuts down millions of bank accounts over biometric rules. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.